After Constantinople fell in 1453, Europe lost some of their precious spices. So, a couple of years later, began the Age of Discovery, and Portugal is one of the countries that started the journey to find the Spice Island. After Bartolomeu Diaz reached Cape of Good Hope in 1488, and Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, India in 1498, there is Diogo Lopes de Sequeira, who arrived at Malacca in 1509. That's where our story begins. It's 1509, 2 years before Alfonso de Albuquerque arrived at Malacca. Diogo Lopes de Sequeira was sent by King of Portugal to go to Malacca. He has two jobs. First, to gain Sultan trust, and second, to stay there as Portuguese representation. Diogo departed from Lisboa on 5th of April 1508 and arrived at Kochi, India on 21st of April 1509. In Kochi, Diogo met the Francisco de Almeida, the representative of the King of Portugal in India. After Francisco knew Diogo's mission, he helped him by giving a ship along with 60 men. On 19th of August 1509, Diogo, with his 5 ships, departed from Kochi and arrived at Malacca on 11th of September 1509. Hello, Sultan of Malacca. I'm Diogo Lopes de Sequeira. I was sent by the King of Portugal to establish trade relations, establish an office here, to manage trade, and of course, to be your best friend ever. Oh, Diogo, welcome. Welcome to my beautiful Sultanate. I accepted you. You can do trades here, you can build your office here, and of course, you can be my very best friend. Oh, really? Yes? That's it? Yeah? Cool. At first, King accepted Diogo, but things changed after Sultan Mahmud heard about Portuguese from the merchants and traders from Gujarat and Java, that they can't be trusted because the Portuguese might have some other agendas other than to do trade, and also about the attacks on some cities in India before. So, Sultan Mahmud changed his mind. Diogo, about what I said earlier, I changed my mind. You can't do trade here, you can build an office here, and I won't be your best friend. Why? Well, I've heard about what you, Portuguese, did from the merchants and traders, so, guards, arrest him. Sultan attacked and captured some of Diogo's men. Alfonso heard about what happened in Malacca, so, in response, he prepared around 1,000 men and 17 ships to sail to Malacca. After arrived, Sultan offered a negotiation. Alfonso demanded a war reparations and a permission to build a fortress in Malacca. But Sultan just like, no, you can't. And Alfonso said, we'll see about that. So, Alfonso attacked Malacca. At first, the attack failed, and some of them just want to go back because of the unhealthy climate. Well, basically, it is tropical, and it's super hot and humid for the Portuguese. But Alfonso said, no, stay, and went for the second attack, and Portuguese won. After conquered Malacca, Sultan Mahmud escaped to Bintan Island, and Alfonso started to build some fortress, ready to defend, and ready to monopolize trade in Malacca. But there is a problem. What Portuguese did not only affected Malacca, but also other sultanates near them. Aceh and Johor are the ones who will keep Portuguese busy and giving Portuguese a hard time to monopolize trade in Malacca. First, let's talk about the Sultanate, Malacca, Aceh, and Johor. Malacca was founded around the year of 1400 by Parameswara, a prince from Palembang, who is able to escape from a Majapahit attack in 1377. While escaped, Parameswara found a good and nice port through which many ships pass. With the help of pirates and explorers there, Parameswara can force the ship that sail to enter his port. And not only that, Malacca also offers a place to rest, repair ship, storage, and of course do trades. And because Malacca Strait is located in the spice trade routes from east to the west, so geographically it's strategic. So strategic location, spice trade, and busy ports, meaning there's a lot of threats from its neighbor. Siam is one of them, being a threat for Malacca. But Malacca gets protection from China because of its diplomatic relation. Second is Aceh. Before the Portuguese arrived at Malacca, Aceh was a conquered area under Pidi's rule, until Sultan Ali Mughayat Shah freed Aceh and started to expand their influence. After Portuguese conquered Malacca, the areas was conquered by Malacca start to break away. This moment is used by Aceh to expand their power and influence. To the north, Aceh managed to conquer Pidi, Pasai, and Daya. And to the west, during the reign of Alauddin Riayat Shah, the expansion was carried out by the husband of Alauddin's sister, who succeeded in conquering Barus, so that he was appointed Sultan of Barus by Alauddin Riayat Shah. Third is Johor. Johor Sultanate was founded by Raja Ali with the title of Sultan Alauddin Riayat Shah in 1529. It still has a connection with the Malacca Sultanate. After Sultan Mahmud Shah died in 1528, Raja Ali moved to Johor and founded the Sultanate of Johor. Later, the Sultanate will also compete with Portuguese and Aceh. Not only the Sultanate around Malacca and Sumatra, in Java, there is the Mar Sultanate, was also disturbed by the presence of Portuguese, mainly because the Portuguese disrupted the food trade that was intertwined with Malacca before his arrival. Sir, I have some bad news. What is it? We can sell these foods and stuffs to Malacca. Oh, why not? It's the Portuguese, sir. They want to monopolize the trades in Malacca. They mess up things. Those Portuguese. Quick! Prepare the ships and gather the army. Alright, sir. So, the Mark launched an attack to Portuguese in Malacca in 1513, but it failed. Now, you've got the situation. Portuguese in Malacca and other sultanates in Sumatra, Java, and around Malacca trying to expand their hegemony and influence. And of course, Malacca is one of their targets. Whoever can expel Portuguese from Malacca will gain control over their territory. And looking from the trades that happen there, with all that high quality stuffs and spices, they smell money and power. So, everybody want it. What follows after that was a war, both to expel Portuguese and to expand their respective empires. Aceh, for example, attacked Malacca several times in 1530 till 1570s. Even though Aceh can put some pressure and give Portuguese a hard time, Aceh never succeeded in capturing Malacca and expel Portuguese. Why? The reason is mainly because the weapons and the naval forces. Portuguese has more advanced weapons and bigger ships, which give advantage over the smaller one like Aceh and other sultanate in Indonesia has. This same reason is also relevant to answer why the Mark failed to expel Portuguese from Malacca in 1513. This war also allows the establishment of cooperation between Portuguese with other kingdoms, and this is the second reason. For example, after Patienus attacked Portuguese in 1513, Portuguese realized that they had to be careful and watch out for attacks from the island of Java. So, in 1522, Portuguese sent Henry Claim to form an alliance with King Samian in West Java. which is not yet a sultanate. But this alliance was over 5 years later because the Mark invaded West Java and converted them into a sultanate. Another example was in 1551, where Portuguese made an alliance with Johor because Aceh attacked Malacca and threatened Johor position, so that Johor sent its naval forces to help Portuguese. Same thing happened in 1582. When Aceh attacked Johor, Portuguese sent its naval forces to help them. But this alliance won't last. In 1585, 3 years after Portuguese helped Johor, they imposed a blockade on Malacca, in hope that Portuguese would suffer from starvation and surrender. That's why in 1587, Portuguese made an alliance with Aceh to destroy Johor Sultanate. So now you see, the competition between sultanates in the end was not only to expel Portuguese from Malacca, but also for the benefit of each sultanate itself. Aceh want to expand territory and influence, and Johor want to do the same. Portuguese want to keep Malacca and try to monopolize trade there. The competition between sultanates in the end benefit the Portuguese. In the end, Portuguese stay in Malacca until 1641, where Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, or VOC, the Dutch company, conquered it.